Hey everyone, Geekmaster here with my latest pickups video where I will be sharing 5 games that I have acquired from friends, one of whom is in the gaming community, the other one is not, put it simply. So I bought 2 games off one friend, 3 off the other. I'm going to share what they are. I'm going into details of the games, what they're about, why I got them, but I will not be sharing prices as a heads up. It's not fair. So, the first 2 games. I'm very happy to add these 2 to the collection. I've actually wanted them for a long time. And these have come from Big Game Owl, whose channel I will share in the description below. So, quick background to these games. Detailed deal sort of thing. So, in case you're not aware, Owl has been selling a lot of his collection. He's even been doing a video series about it, like finding games he's got to sell, say which ones are gone, saying about posting them, etc. You'll be able to find them on his channel. And I was watching these, and while watching these, I saw a couple of games that caught my eye. I said I've been wanting them for a while. So, what I did was, I checked his eBay account, see if they were on there for sale. Sure enough, they were. Messaged him, we managed to reach a deal, and, well, now I've got them. So I just want to say, first of all, thank you, Al, for doing me a great deal. I really appreciate it, and I'm really happy to add these to the collection. I actually left a comment about them on one of the eBay videos, to which he replied, well, he hasn't seen them on here yet. Well, here they are. I said they were coming. Yeah, the games. So, the first one is a PlayStation 1 game, which is very rare for me. I mean, I have some right there, but, and I have a fair few away, which are pretty much all FIFA or Formula 1, but I don't really tend to go looking for them, buying them. At the time, I was much more 64, you know, Nintendo 64, which is why I'm going for the full set. But it doesn't mean that there are no PlayStation 1 games I don't want. There are, and some of them I have. Driver 2 I wanted, the F1 games I wanted, and this is another one. And this game is Dead or Alive. In Europe, on console, I think it only came out on PlayStation 1. In Japan, I know it came out on Saturn as well, which I think I have actually got up there somewhere. For those of you that don't know what Dead or Alive is, it's a side-on fighting game. I can't remember about this one because it's been a while since I played it, but I know the later games have 3D environments, like you can move around the arena. In fact, you're not just stuck to the arena, you can fall down cliffs, downstairs, through floors, that kind of thing. Yeah. This is obviously the most basic one, it's the first one. I think it was an arcade conversion. Gotta admit, the graphics look a lot more rougher than what I'm used to, but I'm started on Dead or Alive 2, which I played on Xbox, so a bit of a step up from this, admittedly. But I have had this on the Xbox as part of Dead or Alive Ultimate, which is 1 and 2. This game was notorious because one of the options was a jiggle option, which changes the amount of, yeah, A, I thought 1 will give a practical demonstration, and B, or 2, whatever I said the first time, I'm sorry, that will haunt you in your sleep. But yeah, Dead or Alive, so happy to finally have this. I've been after it for a while, at a great price too, so thank you, Al, much appreciated. The second game is a Mega Drive game, which is again something I haven't had much of lately. I think I've had 1 in the last few months, but this is one I knew about and I've been after for a while. And if you're a kid my, well, I suppose you're not a kid if you're my age, maybe you are, I don't know. A kid of the 90s, in my case I was born in the mid to late 80s. You'll probably remember programs such as Power Rangers, maybe Masked Rider, Big Bad Beetleborgs, and this one, which is VR Troopers, all done by Saban. That's why they're all very similar and basically the same premise. Teen superheroes in suits kind of thing. All adaptation of Japanese series. As I found out, it's adaptation of 2 Japanese series thrown together. So, it's quite interesting. First buy 1 suit. That one is completely different to them 2. This was one of the series, but it didn't run for very long. I think I read it's because they ran out of footage. Or usable footage. And instead they made Beetleborgs, if I remember rightly. But, yeah. I said it's that same sort of thing. If you've seen Power Rangers, you know what sort of program this was. Game-wise, I haven't played it yet. But I intend to. But, by the look of it, it's definitely a sort of fighting game. Whether it's more like Street Fighter or Streets of Rage, I don't know. For example, the Power Ranger game is like Street Fighter, side-on 2D fighting. Whereas the movie game is one of the Streets of Rage Double Dragon, where you go along fighting, whatever. And I guess it's more the first one, the Street Fighter-esque. But I'll have to give it a go. I just need to get my Mega Drive out at some point to play it. I actually remember enjoying this series. I mean, it had a talking dog and a holographic head. But then, I guess Power Rangers did the head thing as well. Yeah. One thing I do know about this is apparently it was going to be called Cybertron. And it was about one guy then, not 3. And that one guy was played by Jason David Frank, a.k.a. the person who became Tommy in Power Rangers. And in fact, they adapted the song they had for him as Cybertron into either his Green Ranger or his White Ranger song. One or the other. So yeah. Otherwise, if he hadn't done so well in that audition for Cybertron, we'd never had him as the Green Ranger. And we'd never have potentially had VR Troopers. So there you go. But yeah. Also, quickly, so it's complete in good condition. Dead or Alive is the same. So just to say thank you, Al, for them 2 games. It's much appreciated. And I'm sure I'll probably buy some more stuff off you in the future. So, yeah. Also, Al actually sold me the Power Ranger movie game as well. So it's not even the first Saban game he sold me. On to the other 3. These came from a mate of mine who lives to me locally. So just saying, I want to say thank you to him. I mean, I technically still need to pay him, but we've got the deal worked out. I'll sort that out. And there's 3 games here. 2 for the Dreamcast, 1 for the GameCube. And the Dreamcast is another console I've not bought for a while. So a nice touch with these is I'm getting some games for consoles I haven't had for a while. And the first one is House of the Dead 2. Now, I will be honest, I'm not much of a horror game fan. Never have been. Doesn't mean I don't want them in my collection. If they're like, well, good ones or ones that sort of interest me. And House of the Dead, it's a classic Sega thing, isn't it, really? Kind of had to get it. The one I really want though is that Typing of the Dead, where you kill zombies with keyboards and typing. So that sounds fun. Looks fun from what I've seen. But yeah. This is like one of the classic Sega games, isn't it? It's referenced in All Stars Racing as Kurian Mansion, I think. But yeah. You go around killing zombies and that sort of thing. There's the disc. And there's the manual. And so it's not the biggest horror fan, but in my mind, House of the Dead is a classic Sega franchise. Got to have it on the Dreamcast, haven't you? And the other one, I think it's on other consoles later on, but I had a chance to get it at a good price, so I thought, you know what, why not? As soon as I know about it, as soon as I had, well, I think I actually had 1 game of until this, but it's Resident Evil Code Veronica. Never played a Resident Evil game. I'm sure I will one day. I've got like 3 now, I think. Yeah, obviously, again, it's zombies. really, isn't it? Only problem with this one is the case kind of fell apart a bit, but there's the disc, and this one has second disc as well, and there's the manual. And at one time it was $10.99 according to that random sticker there. So I might just have to see if I've got another case for this one, but not holding my phone cold bowl. I think we all know what Dreamcast cases are like, however cool they are. But yeah, as I said, haven't played Resident Evil, plan to one day, but I've got a good price on both of them. So happy to have to a Dreamcast collection to add to the collection and add, I think, some series that are, in my opinion, like, not necessarily some of the first ones thought of it, but what's the word? Heavily linked with it. We'll say that. Which brings us on to the last game, which is actually for the GameCube, and is actually Resident Evil 0. So again, got a good price on this one from him, so I'll say thanks again. I've got the first Resident Evil on GameCube. In fact, to be honest, I spent a long time trying to get that, despite not being a Resident Evil fan. Every time I tried to win it on eBay, I always lost out. And then finally, I got one right now for about £7 or £8, I think. This was a good 3 or 4 years ago now. Yeah. And being the prequel, it only felt right, I guess. I think that's the thing. It's like some of the older Resident Evils I'm not against having, because I think they're classic games, aren't they? I mean, they've remade, what, at least 2 and 3 and 4 now, I think. Is that right? And obviously this is, Resident Evil was a remake of the original one on PlayStation. So, I know they're good games. I mean, I don't know if Code Veronica is a good Resident Evil or not, but yeah. But yeah. And this one, again, it's complete with both discs. So happy to get them. And if nothing else, there's loads of horror games out there. I suppose it makes sense I have some in the collection, and why not Resident Evil, to be honest? Wherever I give them a go is another thing, but happy to have them in there. So yeah, they're my 5 pickups from friends. Again, thank you to my local mate, and thank you to Al. Link to his channel down below. There's at least 2 more pickup videos to come. The N64 one. One of the games looks like it never arrived, which is a shame. But I know it was sent, so I think Royal Mail have lost it. So that's annoying. The other one is some games I picked up weekend just been, where I managed to grab just 3 games, but as it turns out, I managed to grab all 3 games for less than the price of one of the games is in CX. So I think I've done quite well there, actually. So they'll be coming soon. You never know, there might be a couple more pickups if I get to charity shops or whatever. And it's payday Friday, so we'll see what happens there, I guess. Yeah. Although I am going to try and cut back a bit this time, because for one thing I've got a Comic-Con in a month. So that'll be good. But yeah, anyway, they're my latest pickups. Let me know if I've got any of the stuff wrong about the games I've read for Code Veronica's good or not. But yeah, really happy to have these in the collection. Really happy to finally have got hold of PlayStation Dead or Alive in particular. I've wanted that as a Dead or Alive fan for a long time. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you soon. May the geek be with you always.